Right fellas, welcome back to a brand new video, and if you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know how much I'm desperate for an Escort Cosworth. And thanks to a nice lad called Wayne, he has lent me his Escort Cosworth to use for a couple of hours, so we're going to go for a drive in it. Now, before we take it out, let's show you a little bit about it. It is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful car. It's fairly standard. Wayne has, I'm not sure how Wayne got the car, but you can see it's got some different headlights. It's got the Morettes, it's got some Compromotive wheels, which absolutely suits the Escort Cosworth down to the ground. It isn't actually lowered, it's still on standard ride height. It's finished in a absolutely beautiful colour. I think it's, I don't know if it's ash black, but it looks absolutely, absolutely stunning. This is a small turbo Escort Cosworth, and you can tell, there's a couple of ways you can tell. One of the main ways you can tell is if you look at, well, how I tell, is by looking at the fuel filler cap. They've got a different fuel filler cap on the bigger Escort Cosworths, but I'm sure you'll agree, fellas, just an absolutely belter looking car. Right, so inside the car, honestly, there's three main Cosworths. You've got your 3-door Cosworth, your Sapphire Cosworth in 2 and 4-wheel drive, and you've got your Escort Cosworth, which is what we're in. The Escort Cosworth is only ever available in 4-wheel drive, and they've got a bit of a reputation of being the worst driving Cosworths. So that's one of the main reasons I want to take this out today. I want to take Wayne's car out, and mainly because I want to buy one as well. I want to not buy one, but I want to build an Escort Cosworth, like a retro mod one. So inside Wayne's car, small turbo Escort Cosworth, we've got air conditioning, which is one thing I would love in any Escort Cosworth. We've got the big steering wheel here with a big airbag in the middle. We've got a passenger airbag just over there. And also, one of the main differences between any Escort Cosworth and like a Mark V Escort is a banana pod on the dashboard with your 3 dials that tells you your battery, your boost and your oil pressure. And most Escort Cosworths come with leather seats. These are Recaro seats. There is options for cloth seats, which personally I would probably pick when I get an Escort, and if I build one or whatever, I would want personally cloth seats with air conditioning, which this one has the aircon, but obviously we'll have the leather. We've got the standard gearbox, standard 5-speed gearbox in this car. We've got electric windows. Oh, just what a car, what a car. Wayne has fitted an aftermarket CD player in this car. Wayne is lucky enough to own 3 Cosworths, and this is the one he mainly drives. But I think what we're going to do now, fellas, is we'll start it up when I get it going. Just sort the immobiliser out, and we'll take it for a drive. Before we pull off, let's get the aircon on, because fortunately we've got quite a nice day. It's quite warm today. Perfect weather for driving an Escort Cosworth, nice and dry. And like I say, I've drove this car for about a minute to this location, so this is so exciting to me to drive this car. Now, like I say, this car is running standardish power. It does have a dump valve on. Wayne wants his dump valve on, so it has. When you change gear, you get a. I don't know if you can hear that. I can hear it. Now, the Escort Cosworth, for those that don't know, is basically exactly the same floor plan as the Sierra Cosworth. It's basically a hacked up Sierra that was built just to go rallying. It is essentially all Sierra running gear underneath. It does obviously have a different gearbox to the 2-wheel drive cars, with this being 4-wheel drive. It's got the MT or MX75 gearbox, but it does drive. For people say Escort Cosworths are the worst driving Cosworth. They say the 2-wheel drive Sapphire is the best, and this to me honestly doesn't feel at all like a bad car to drive. I will say I do think it feels better than my 3-door Cosworth to drive. This is standard power, fellas, so it is just a totally standard running Escort Cosworth. It's not mega fast, but it certainly makes all the right noises, and with the standard suspension, it's quite It is quite a comfortable, nice ride. It's not banging or crashing about. It is really quite a nice car to drive, especially with the air conditioning on. I mean, these cars now are getting used in the dry weather. They're not all weather cars now, even though they're built for snow and gravel. People don't use them. They get parked up, they get mollycoddled, they get well looked after. And this car, in this weather, this warm weather, with the aircon on, is an absolute pleasure to drive. That's it, fellas. Thanks for watching. And this is Wayne, who owns the car. And mate, thank you so much for letting me borrow your car for like an hour and take it out. Yeah. It drove so much better than I thought. People say they're the worst driving Cosworth, but mate, I could have potted about in that car all day.
Like I
Absolutely brilliant.
Like I say, I use it as my daily normally, especially in the summer months. It's
brilliant car, mate.
It's definitely my favourite.
Thank you so much. Wayne is also selling. Wayne's got quite a collection of cars, and he is actually selling his four-wheel drive Sapphire Cosworth. Quite a nice car. It's got the cloth in as well, which I personally prefer. If people want to find you, mate, on social media.
So we're on social media at WME Motors, and we've also got a sales website, wmemotors.co.uk. Just give a like and follow it.
All right, I'll leave links to those below, fellas. But yet again, thanks to Wayne and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. And a huge thanks to Dan from On The Limiter for setting this video up. Cheers, fellas.